Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm glad you're here with me. Let me know if you had a perfect day today, if you know what that means. If you're on Facebook, please take a second to say hello. Let me know that you are here. Give us a few hearts, few likes, just to encourage and support us that come on here every night trying to get the word out about how people can take care of themselves. So if you're on Facebook, you could also do us a huge, huge favor. And if you are a member, or if you're not a member, hit the share button and let other people know what they're going to learn about tonight. So tonight we are going to be having a look at grocery lists and recipe library and how to add a food item and a recipe to your grocery list because it's really, really fun. So thank you for joining me on Facebook. And if you are in the Zoom room, please take a second to find your chat button. When you find your chat button, please click where it says all panelists and attendees. Well, you got to click where it says all panelists and then choose the option for all panelists and attendees. And then let's see who's here. Sandy. Yay, Sandy. Glad to have you back with us tonight. And then we've got Angela from Cartersville. She had a perfect day. And Gina had her first perfect day. Awesome, Gina. Wonderful. Congratulations. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Deb. And Deb has had such great news. Her BMI is in the normal range, and that is so exciting to hear. Hey, Mary. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's here with me. Hey, Angela on Facebook. Glad y'all are here. Cool. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Before I get started, though, I do want to let those of you that are finding this on Facebook by accident, it's no accident that you are finding this. This is the Shibboleth lifestyle, the secrets to weight loss and wellness. There really are some. What I'm specifically going over tonight are some tools and resources that our members have to use. But this is midway through the 7-day class, and the 7-day class is always live and recorded if you're unable to attend live. So if you want to become a member, currently it is $69. And I'm going to check and see how many memberships we have left at that price. It's $69 for our 8th anniversary special. And that is for a lifetime membership. And you could get that membership at shibbolethdeals.com. Shibboleth, you can find the way Shibboleth is spelled on our Facebook page, deals.com. Okay. And if you heard about Shibboleth from a friend, please put in their first and last name. We like to thank them for letting them know because we don't have a marketing budget. And we like to thank our members for letting people know. Okay. Hey, Joy, glad you're here. It's awesome. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I say that all the time. I'm going to share my screen. Because I share my screen a lot because there's really no way for me to teach all these things without sharing screen. The very first thing I'm going to check is I'm going to see how many memberships we have left at that price. 262. So we had 1,000, and where we were letting 1,000 memberships go at the $69 lifetime to celebrate our 8th year anniversary as Shibboleth. That's normally a $399 value, but for the 8th anniversary, we were doing 69. While we're on this page, just for the fun of it, I'm going to show you that's me. That was me before I lost 50 pounds. This is me back in my 11th grade prom dress. Who doesn't like some hot pink lame and sequins? Joy, so glad you're here. That's awesome. Joy signed up today. Let's give her some hearts. Yay. I love that. Joy, you can stay here. There is no problem, but I want you to make sure that you know this is kind of midweek. So go back and watch Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Sunday is going to be like lots of info. That's the really, 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 that's the meat and potatoes. I'm not going to say that. That's the meat and broccoli of it. Okay. And then Monday night is the food combining webinar. So trying to go back and just kind of make sure you watch those. Yay. Awesome. We got Sherry and Alicia, 2 of our virtual wellness guides helping us. Welcome, Joy. Thank y'all for doing that. I certainly appreciate it. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. with tonight's laps. Okay, so this is the way that this works. This is a curriculum designed specifically so that you as a new member or a restarting member to methodically work through what you do to learn. You don't have to click random places in the website to figure it all out. It's all here, laid out, very methodical. Okay. Hey, Nicole, Odessa, I'm glad you're here. Okay, lap one. Let me go back real quick to lap one. First of all, you need to read this paragraph and you can watch this little video. This is a little tutorial video, but the big video is Sunday night. I don't actually go over lap one and lap two with y'all like I do others because it's kind of things you could easily do on your own. But I do highly encourage you to watch this video because it explains why you're doing all of those things. So what you do is you hover your mouse over this little task and you read the black box. Once you've read the black box, you click, you do the task, and then you come back and you can check. You do that and then you do the next one. Then you do the next one. And you see how it's very methodical to work your way through that. From the welcome packet to the meal plan worksheet are little papers and things, like if you had a little booklet or you wanted to get your hands on all the details. That's it right there, okay? So just kind of methodically work your way through that and read the little black box. The little black box is different for every single task. And then there's a video for every lap as well. And please let me know if you have any questions about that. If by chance you missed any of the nightly webinars, Joy says, I did watch the first 4 videos in Fast Track. Awesome. Yes. And just to let you know, that is part of the laps, but it's not all of the laps. It's part of the laps. So thank you for already watching those 4. That's fabulous. To watch Sunday night's webinar and Monday night's webinar, you click right here in lap 2, where it says watch the daily Fast Track webinars. Okay, so they're just kind of housed right there. Hey, Jacqueline, glad you're here. Okay, so just as a reminder, this little video right here would be just a video of me showing you how to do these things in case you needed to watch a little short version of it. We take a little bit longer during the nightly webinars just because I can answer questions with live people. I can get real-time information out to you, okay? So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a grocery list. The reason that we're going to create a grocery list first is because if you don't create a grocery list, none exists for you to add things to. Okay, so you have to create the grocery list first to be able to add things to it. So let me read this little black box right here. In order to add foods to a grocery list, the grocery list must be created first. If you shop at multiple stores, this is a good time to create a list for each store. Now, I'm going to click right here. And I see you see all my previous lists. Those are all my previous grocery lists that I've made. I even have a fun little list called Might Want to Try. And sometimes I just throw random things in there that I come across in the food library that I might want to try, but I'm not really ready to purchase that item, but I might want to try it in the future. I just throw it in that one. And that way, if I happen to be at a grocery store and I want to look around for some of those might want to try items, I just go onto my phone and pull up my might want to try grocery list. And I also have a grocery list specifically for ice creams. That way I can just go in there and pull up all the ice creams. So you can kind of create them any way that you want to. But right now, I'm going to show you how to create one. You simply click the green button that says add a grocery list. And then you're going to have the option of picking a date that you want to go grocery shopping. And you can even put the name of the item in there. Tonight, I'm just going to do Publix. Click create. There it is. There it is. That's it. So once you've done that, you simply come check that box because that's all that task is. All that task is for you to create a grocery list. And if you shop at multiple stores, create one for multiple stores. Okay. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a food item from the food library to a grocery list. Now, last night we went over pretty thoroughly the food library, so we're going to pop back in there tonight, add a couple of items from the food library to the grocery list. So let me read this. For practice, Pick any food item from the food library and add it to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from two places. In the food list, it's the last button to the right of the food item listing. Once you've opened the food item, it's the green button that looks like a list. So let's go there. Okay, so we're in the food library and we went over the way this is laid out, all right? So just for fun, I am going to go and just pretend that I am looking for, I'm gonna pretend I'm looking for a pizza. So I'm gonna click pizza because we've got it. Look, I could have typed pizza in the search bar, but we have a whole section just on pizza. Why? Because people like it. And we got to figure out which ones we like. Now, just because I like to get the best of the best for weight loss, I'm going to take this little slider ball here and I'm going to put this down. I'm going to give myself -1, -3. Okay, so Joy, Joy, we categorize foods. I talk about that on Sunday night. This weight loss meter is another way to categorize foods, like what's the best for weight loss. So those of you that missed last night's, the weight loss meter goes from -3 to +3. In the center at 0, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Okay. But not that great for weight loss. You know what I mean? It's not, if you're trying to lose weight, you're doing something that's not going to help you, not going to hurt you. We need something that's going to help us, right? So, so that's what this little meter is about. Negative numbers are better for weight loss, and the more negative the number, the better it is. But don't get over obsessed with being, always -3 type thing. If you were to do a positive number on a perfect Shibboleth day, it's still a perfect day. You just would not want to do that breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week because you wouldn't get the results that you wanted. All right. And sometimes when you look at the food listing, it will say must be in maintenance. And most of the time, those positive numbers are best saved for maintenance. But if you do one in weight loss, it will not throw you off of having a perfect day. Okay, so when I put this at -1, -3, because I honestly knew that I wouldn't have too many down at the -2s, I'm not really getting that great of a list for my taste buds. So I'm just going to I'm going to take this little ball back up and I've created a range of -3 to 0. Now I'm going to hit set. I'm going to see what else it brings up. Give me more options. The reason I love the weight loss meter though is because you don't need every option in the whole food library. You just need the ones you like and the ones that are going to be really great for weight loss. Okay, it gave me a better list. So now I've got some things that I recognize. I've got Amy's Pizza, which by the way, I love her spinach pizza. I've got some California Pizza Kitchen pizzas, which I really like those. And I've got some Digiorno and then the ones that, you might not recognize the brand name. I don't recognize the brand name. How come they're in there? Because people, when they go to the grocery store, say, I wonder if this one would work. They submit them and then we put them in there if they'll work. So that's how a lot of them end up in there. Okay, so I'm just kind of scanning through here. There's some Newman's own, and then it says Papa John's and Pizza Hut pizza. That's obviously at a restaurant, but you would just look at that and see how to order it. Okay, so just because I want to go ahead and move on tonight, I'm going to go ahead and just show you this. This DiGiorno thin and crispy frozen pizza. There's 2 approved flavors, but the DiGiorno Pizzeria thin frozen pizza, there's 5 approved flavors. So, you could just open those and look at them. Now, if I know that I want this, I'm already familiar with this product and I know I want it, all I got to do is come right here. Do you see how the little black box popped up and it just reminds you can add it to the grocery list right there? I can click there. I choose the grocery list that I want to add it to, and then I click add. Okay, and so now I'm going to show you where to find the add grocery list from a different pizza. I'm going to click right here on this California Pizza Kitchen pizza. And if I want to add this one to my grocery list, because maybe I wasn't familiar with that pizza, so I opened it to look at it, and it says it's a meal replacement. Meal replacement. You can have up to 1/3 of the pizza. Great. See description for details. Now listen, we got to read these things. The nuts and bolts are right here in the description. You can have up to a third of the pizza with a side salad topped with calorie-free dressing. These flavors are approved in crispy, thin crust only. We try to give you all the details so that you don't accidentally, make a mistake. When making your selection, pizzas with higher amount of protein and lower carbs will be your best options. Okay, so let's say I want to get this at the grocery store. This is my add to grocery store button from in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click there, and I'm going to add that to my grocery list. So that's simply how you add things add food items to the grocery list. Those two places, either in the listing or either in the detail listing. So once you've added a couple of items from the food library to your created grocery list, you simply come and check that box right there. Okay, so now we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to explore the recipe library tonight. The recipe library is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It is, I'll read this, okay? Search the recipe library for your favorites. This is a database built by our Shibboleth family. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe you think you might like to try. Hearting the recipe adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab or the My Favorites tab in the recipe library. Okay, but before I click on recipes, I'm going to go ahead and look at this next one because I can kind of do these together. So we're going to add a recipe to the grocery list. So while we're exploring the recipe library, I might be adding some recipes to the list so that we can knock off this one too. So let me go ahead and read this black box. This is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to the grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, click the green Add to Grocery List button. Okay, so we're going to be doing some of that while we're exploring the recipe library. So I'm going to click on the recipe library. Okay, I'm going to give you the general rundown of how this page looks and acts. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go over is some things over here in this top right-hand section. If I click Filters, it will give me options for looking for things when I'm cooking for 1 to 2 people, cooking for the family, crock pot meals, recipes with just a few ingredients, and no-bake recipes. And then I can also use my little weight loss meter. So let's just say that I want to find something cooking for 1 to 2 people. Okay, I'm going to click that. And it takes a second for it to generate because it's going through a lot of data. So there it is. And then let's just say that I want weight loss meter meals that are down -1 to -3. So I'm going to reset that. So it's going to bring up my new meals. Okay, so now I have these new meals. If I then want them to be listed in order of weight loss meter, do you see this little weight loss meter button here? If I click in there, don't be a happy clicker though. Just click once and pause. Now they're in order. -3, -3, -3, -3. Those are going to be some of the best for weight loss. And I've got some -2s. Okay. So that looks really, really good. So let's look at this popcorn okra. Okay, it lists out as a freebie and a side dish. 302 people have also said that they liked it. It's kind of a big deal when you got a big number like that on something because that does mean that somebody took the time to go back into the website and heart it. And it's got a average rating of 4.8. So let's click right here. So if we know that we like this, we can click it here and give it a rating like, well, excuse me. Let's say that you made it and you're like, this is just so-so. You can give it a 3 or whatever, and you give it your rating. And then if you want it to be in your favorites, this is where you'll heart it. Okay, you can heart it right there. So let's see. So this one is actually in 3 different filters. This is in a cooking for 1 to 2 people, few ingredients, and no bake. It says take 1.5 pounds of fresh okra, sliced thin. And I love this website. There's layer after layer of education. Just in case you don't remember what okra is, it tells you it's a category 2 fibrous carb. It can also be used as a freebie, and it's a gluten-free product. I mean, this is just amazing information always right there for you. It's also saying to use 0-calorie cooking spray, and it doesn't have to be Pam, it could be any. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then that's a salt of spices and seasonings. Place okra in a single layer on a baking sheet, which has been sprayed well with cooking spray. Also spray tops of okra and sprinkle with salt. Bake at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes or until crispy and lightly browned. The whole amount will count as a category 2 and freebie. So enjoy. Now, you still want this to go under your hand because we don't, okay, first of all, let's remember this. We do not add freebies to meals. We don't add freebies to meals. And you still want it to fit underneath your hand, okay? Because your stomach isn't really bigger than what your 2 hands are. And if you missed me talking about that, that's Sunday night. So, and if you're watching the fast track videos, Joy, you'll hear me talk about that too. So that's great. This is going to be delicious. And then do you see how there's some comments here? I would highly suggest that you read these comments because sometimes people will give some good details in there and you can add your own comment too. So have fun with that, which is great. Yes, that's right, Joy. It's a no bake as well. Oh, that's funny. It says, is this a no bake? It's funny. It says it's a no bake, but you bake it. Duh, I'm gonna have to take that out. But that's funny. Okay, let's see. Deb, why is breaded a -2? Let's see. Okay. Well, the reason it would be a -2 is because you've added some Carb Quick and some other things to it that are taking it from being the absolute best for weight loss. Yeah. So it's just the fact that you added stuff to it that added calories and other things. That's why. But yeah, that's funny. But did anybody ever like, does anyone ever like, did you ever ask your grandmother to burn you up some okra? My grandmother, she would get this burn on the okra just so good in that iron skillet. And I'd say, Grandmother, would you burn me up some okra? So at 450 degrees, I can imagine that this would get a nice little crisp on it and be absolutely delicious. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying, Deb. Okay. Yeah, it must have been updated and must have given this a -3 then. Yep, I see. Yeah, somebody probably updated that. And Joy says, I wonder if it's because you can do it in the skillet as well. Um, maybe. Oh, I got you. I got you, Joy. Possibly. Yep. So this is going to be really good. So let's say that you cooked this just as it says right here. If you had a moment of mental weakness and you wanted to eat a few more pieces of okra, then you could also call it a freebie. Now remember, when you're making a combined meal, then you want to call that a category 2 fibrous carb. You only call something a freebie if you're using it in a moment that you're about to give in and ruin a perfect day. That's when you use a freebie, okay? All right, so just to kind of show you right now, if I want to add this okra to my grocery list, just like I showed you in the food library, I click that button, I choose my list, and I add it. Everything that I need moves over into the grocery list. Okay, so I can also print this. And I could print this. I like to 3-hole punch these things and put them in a binder in my kitchen. So they are printable. And just to kind of let you know, I'm going to go back over to recipes real quick because I want to talk about some other things, but in a different way. I went to the recipe library from this button, this resources, foods, and recipes button. If when you are no longer, working your way through Fast Track, this is where you're going to access the recipe library. Okay, so I'm in the recipe library. Do you see these yummy pictures? They change. Every time you come back to this page, they change. So what that means to you is if you hover your mouse over there and you say Jack Snacks, you're like, oh, that looks good. You need to write it down. The reason I say to write it down or screenshot it or something with the name up there is because when you come back to this page, it won't be there. But if you've taken the time to write it down, you could go into the search bar and look it up. Okay, this one is roasted red pepper soup with cauliflower puree. This is berries, yogurt, and hemp flakes parfait, Cajun spice, pepperoni pizza, cauliflower casserole, Carb Quick barbecue cups, fajita stuffed chicken, and avocado egg salad. Okay, so if any of that sounded good, you're going to want to write them down so that you can come over here and look them up in the search bar. Because once you click on avocado egg salad and you want to come back because you're like, oh, I want that pepperoni thing, it won't be pictured there because these change. And that's called dynamic. So when you're looking at a website, if the things change on the website, that's dynamic. But if they are constantly the same, it's called static, meaning it stays the same. Okay. If you want to add a new recipe to the list, you can add it right here by clicking Add New Recipe. We would like for you to put it in there the way that you think it would be approved in a Shibboleth way. And then if it needs to be tweaked additionally, Kim Shibboleth will take care of that. But this is where you might add some new recipes. But let me tell you, before adding a new recipe, please search the recipe library and see if there's already something in there similar, because I bet there is. And you can always ask that on the Shibboleth Fixed It group. There is a special group for would this be approved? How about this recipe? It's called Shibboleth Fixed It. So you could always ask on there, hey, is there any recipes that anybody knows of that would be like this? And they might can tell you, okay? So there's a search bar if you're looking for something specific. Let's say that we wanted to type in meatloaf. I can do that in a second and pull up all the meatloafs. But let's continue looking at the way that this recipe library, we like to call it our online cookbook, is laid out. So all recipe or cookbooks are divided by section. So this is the appetizer section. We've got, then we got breakfast. We've got condiments and desserts and all sorts of things. So there's listed out. Here's a really great one. 99% of the ingredients come from Walmart. That way you're not having to go to store to store to store trying to find it. So 99% of ingredients come from Walmart. So you can just click on one of those and go directly to that section. But otherwise, you could just scan right down here with your eyes and look at them. Okay, I'm looking at appetizers. Artichoke and spinach dip, asparagus roll-up, avocado cashew dip, avocado shrimp dip, and so forth. Okay, you can just kind of look at those things like that. And then over here on the right-hand side are recently added recipes. And that's great. Now, let me just say, last night when Jennifer McKibben was in her interview with Travis, then this right here was the recipe that she's just submitted. So let's go ahead and look at that. So she just submitted this fat-free cheddar ranch dip. Okay, it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. 21 people have hearted it. And you would use 16 ounces of, I guess you pronounce that Fage. Fage total 0% plain Greek yogurt, a cup of fat-free shredded cheddar cheese, a third of a cup real bacon bits, the ones that are approved, and a pack of ranch mix seasoning. And then you serve it with veggies. You can have half a cup with raw veggies as a snack or a full cup with raw veggies as a meal. And this is a 1+4 plus condiment. And there's Jennifer's name. She was talking about it last night. So this is a great way to see what's recently been added, especially if you are a frequent visitor to the recipe library. Come over here and say, what's been recently added? So we're going to go ahead and add this to a grocery list. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to the recipe library. And do you see the pictures changed? Now we've got a wrap and chicken nuggets and some butternut squash and white bean chili, quick lime cilantro chicken, unstuffed cabbage rolls. I got to click on that one just a second. Chocolate biscotti, vegan black bean burger, and roasted chicken and potato hero with tzatziki cucumber sauce. Okay, now I'm going to click right here. Unstuffed cabbage rolls. The reason I want to, okay, Joy, it would have to be a approved bacon. It would have to be an approved bacon, and I would say that you could, as long as it was an approved bacon. They were just making that quick and easy, but I would say you could. Okay, so right here, first of all, this is a -3 on the weight loss meter. Look at the number of people who have said they like this. 989 people have come back into this website and hearted it, which is great. And it's got a 4.9 rating. You're welcome, Joy. So, and there's the ingredients for that. This is, it says take 1.5 to 2 pounds of 96% lean ground beef or turkey, 1 can of tomato sauce, 5 grams of sugar or less. Deb's saying this is yummy. 1 clove of garlic, minced, 1 large onion, chopped, 1 small cabbage, chopped, 1 tablespoon of zero drag 100% MCT oil, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, half a cup of water, and 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 5 grams of sugar or less. And remember, look, you get to see right next to it what all these things are listed as, because it helps you continue to learn. Then it gives you the directions. Then it gives you the serving notes. 1.5 cups for women, 2 cups for men. It's the category 1 plus 2 plus condiment. So the 1 is a lean protein, and the 2 is the fibrous carb, and the C is the condiment. And we've already done all the work and called all those things what they are. With a family of 5, we usually have enough for a couple of meals, and then we still have some leftovers. So, and this one has been going on popular since 2013. And look, comments, lots of comments. So it's kind of fun to read all that. And it's a -3 on the weight loss meter, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to make. So let's go ahead and add this to the grocery list. Okay, y'all have anything y'all want me to look up tonight? Anybody? I'm going to click on main dish. I'm going to click on main dish. And so right now we've got, okay, Ruthie, can you tell us what ground beef is approved? Yes, yes. As a category 1, you would use 96% lean ground beef as a category 1 lean protein. If the ground beef that you purchase is between 93 up to 95.9% lean ground beef, that's a category 4 protein plus fat. If it is less than 93% lean, it's not approved for a perfect day. So that's how you pick your ground beef. Okay, Nicole says black bean soup, and yep, good. I just explained it, Ruthie. That's good. And black bean soup. Okay, so let's look up some black. You're welcome. Black bean soup. Okay, so there's a couple of black bean soups, and see how when we search for that, it gives us all of the little details here. So we've got black bean soup, chili black bean soup, and crock pot chicken and black bean soup. So one way to look through this is, this one's a -1. This one somehow just didn't get rated, which is no big deal. You can still eat it. And then this one has 161 likes, and that's got 138, and these have got a pretty good rating. So these would be good. Let's see. Sheila says that she loves the cream cheese chicken chili. She's made that with 96% ground beef hamburger. Awesome, Sheila. Yeah, that's a real popular one. Y'all write that down. Cream cheese chicken chili. Yes, it is amazing. It's very, very popular. So let's just click on this one, this black bean soup one. It's in the main dish and soups and salads listing out over here. And you take a small onion, and they are a lean turkey smoked sausage sliced in half rounds. Okay. 1 can of Rotel Original, half a cup of frozen corn. This is optional. This is a category 3. Cumin, garlic powder, 2 cans of black beans, 2 cups of fat-free chicken broth, 2 teaspoons chili powder, 2 teaspoons oregano, and juice from 1 lime. And so there's the directions. And then let's see the serving notes. Up to 1.5 cups. Serve with toasted high fiber tortilla wedge, green onions, or Fage 0% Greek yogurt and lime. Now, this recipe uses all of your condiment. So I'm not sure how many cups the recipe makes, but 1/5 of the recipe as listed is approximately 270 calories. Anyway, count it as your category 6 and a condiment. This is what Allison wrote, but count it as the category 6 and a condiment. This one's been going on since 2013 as well. So there you go. There's some black bean soup. We'll just add that to the grocery list. We're just going to make a big old giant grocery list tonight. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the food library real quick because I want to show you something. Let's say that you know that chicken breast is good for weight loss. And chicken breast is really just a piece of meat that you can turn into so many different things. So I'm going to search for chicken breast. Let's see, AHS pancakes. Well, the Shibboleth store. That's where you buy that. The Shibboleth store is where you buy the AHS pancake mix, which, by the way, Teresa, I have in my pantry, and I love that stuff. It is so good. Let's see. Also, carb flour, or can it be substituted? Well, AHS pancake mix makes its own. You don't need to do anything else to it except add water. But there are, well, Teresa, what I'll do is I'm gonna look up Carb Quick in just a second and show you some pancake recipes with that, okay? But the AHS is already ready all on its own. You just add water. Okay, so I'm gonna click on chicken breast right here. So I'm going to, and we sell Carb Quick in our store too. And we actually sell it like in a little recipe starter kit. You can get the MCT oil, the Carb Quick, and ghee butter all together, which is kind of good because those are kind of those staples that you kind of need in your pantry. So this is a lean protein. I'm coming down here. Look, underneath any food item is the listing of all the recipes that include that food item. This is really cool. And remember how I said we can adjust these? So let's say that we want to adjust, if it's got the little arrows, you can adjust it. So you click there. And remember what I said about giving it a second, because there's a lot of data it's got to recalculate. These just don't have a weight loss meter. You can still eat them. Nobody gave it a weight loss meter. So let's come down here, -3. What's this marinated chicken? Let's just see what this marinated chicken is. So lemon juice, water, soy sauce, ground ginger, garlic powder, and chicken breast, just some marinade. So if you like that, you can add it to your grocery list. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that when you are in the food library, finding the recipes that go along with that food, it's easy. It's right there. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the food library and I'm going to search for Carb Quick. Now notice that Carb Quick is not spelled with a CK at the end. And so if you do try to spell it with a CK, it won't pull up. So there's Carb Quick. This is really awesome. It's a category 2 fibrous carb. So it's a -1 on the weight loss meter. It's also kind of in that flour and breading category. So you can flour and bread things. It's a category 2, which is pretty amazing. So what that means is I could make myself a 96% lean ground beef hamburger patty. I could then make the little recipe that is the cheddar and garlic biscuits, and I'm eating hamburger and biscuits. And it's good. It's really good. You wouldn't think that was a fat burning meal, but it is because of the way that this particular item is made. So do you see these 2 links right here? Find it in our store and find it on Amazon. That's where you can just click and go to things. Let me explain these. Find it in our store helps our ministry. We don't charge much to get in, so there's just an additional way to support us. Okay, that's what that is. So you can find it in our store. Anything that you order from our store ships for free at $30 or more. It ships for free. Okay. If you just want to support Amazon, you can go there. But here's the thing. Here's the cool thing. Let's say that you need to make some random Amazon purchases. If you simply go to Amazon through our food library, and even if you don't put that food item in your Amazon cart, it knows that you made it to Amazon through the Shibboleth link, and it'll give us 2 to 4 cents back on the dollar, depending on the amount and what the item is. And we get like $100 a month off of it, but it helps us every little bit. When you're running a business as a ministry and you are not charging people month after month after month for a membership to this, there's got to be additional ways to support it. And those are some additional ways. Now, purchasing things in our store is more supportive. Okay. But you can buy things wherever you want to. I just wanted to lay that out for you. All right, Carb Quick. When you use Carb Quick, do not use the recipes on the box. They did not take into account, I think there's one on there that you could use, but they didn't take into account Shibboleth rules when they made this up, okay? They weren't thinking of all the other things. But let's scroll down here. Look at all of these recipes that have Carb Quick in them. So if you want muffins or you want pancakes and all kinds of really cool things, then you can come in here and look them up. Especially if you've got Carb Quick, like sitting in your pantry and you're like, what can I make with Carb Quick today? Carb Quick brownies. I hear those are good. This is what I was talking about. The Carb Quick cheese garlic biscuits. 307 people have said they like that. Here's Carb Quick chocolate muffins. The Buckeye Bundt cake. Let's click on there. It looks yummy. And you cook it up, like a cake. And this actually would be one slice. So this cake cuts into 20 slices, and one slice would be your snack. So I'm going to tell you my thought process on this. You make this on a day that you're having people over, okay? Because it's not going to last for 20 days. It won't, unless you froze it or something. But this is the kind of thing that you make when other people are coming over, and then they're all going to eat it, and you get your slice of a snack for the day, and you've stayed perfect. So I just try to think through those things when I'm choosing to make desserts that are approved, because you make a whole bunch, you might want to go over there and eat it all. I know if you're like me, you might do that. Now, notice this is the category, I mean, not a category. This is a 1 on the weight loss meter. So it's probably, okay. It won't throw you out of the EFB, but you wouldn't want to do this all that regularly. So just keep that in mind. So let's throw this in our list too. Okay. So y'all like this feature? Do you like the recipe library and the fact that you can throw these things into your grocery list? That's pretty awesome. I love it. Yes, thank you, Sandy. Okay, so we're going to go back right here. So right now, we have familiarized ourselves with the recipe library. You can check that box. And we've added recipes to the grocery list. So we're going to check that box. Thank you, Mary. Good. Yay, Teresa. Awesome. Yay, Joy. Good. Glad you're hanging out with me, because sometimes people get a little like when they don't start at the very beginning, they're like, wait a minute, this is overwhelming. Don't get overwhelmed. Just make sure you go back and watch those other ones so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check out our created grocery lists. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item needed. You may already have some staples at home. When you look at your grocery list, you can edit the items that you don't need to purchase at the store. And notice how each item in the grocery list is listed by category. Another way of educating you. It's listed by category. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to click right there. And it comes to my list. It comes to my grocery list. But I've been building this Publix one today. Look, there's my grocery list. And it's all in there according to category. I love it. It's so cool. So cool. So category 1, lean protein. And we tell you the number, we tell you the nutrition, we give you the abbreviation so that everybody can understand this in the way they think best. Awesome, Sheila. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for letting me know that. So you can kind of look through these things. So I'm just going to scan real quick because I want to show you something. So maybe you already have baking soda. So you kind of are going through your condiments over here. Maybe you already have baking soda at home and you don't want to add it to your grocery list. You can hit that remove and it'll remove it. So this will just kind of help you customize your grocery list a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Let's say that you already have some garlic at home. You could remove that. Let's just say that, because, a lot of times we have those spices already. I leave water on anytime water is on here, I try to keep water on there always because I'll usually need to get that. And then let's just say you didn't need that. I'm just kind of showing you can remove things. Okay. And it says salt and kosher salt. You could probably just use salt. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now I can click print and I can print my grocery list and I can go to the store and check off these boxes and get everything, which is so cool. Now, let's say that I'm here in this list and then I say, oh yeah, I really needed to get something. I click this button here and it takes me to the food library. I can search for that item and I can add it. So that's how you add additional items when you're playing around. And then the last thing I want to show is on my phone. I want to show y'all on my phone what I do. When I'm on my phone, I have a Shibboleth folder and I have everything like shortcuts because y'all can get an app, but the app doesn't have everything the website does because apps are extremely expensive to maintain. I'm talking extreme expense. Okay. So just the things that people go to pretty regularly are on there. But so what I did was I go to the mobile friendly website and I save a link. So I just clicked on my grocery lists. And now I'm going to click on this Publix list. And there's my list. So even if I don't print it, there's my list. Now, what I love about this is once I put the Fage total 0% Greek yogurt in my buggy, if I hit my minus, I can remove it. And my grocery list gets smaller while I'm in the grocery store until I don't have anything else on my list. Are y'all like me? When you have your grocery list, and you've scratched through things, but then you got to look through all of that mess on your grocery list to find all the little things that you need to pick up. Well, now you can just go, oh, I got that Kroger milk, remove. And then I just feel like I'm accomplishing something. I know, I love that. So I feel like I'm accomplishing something when I'm removing those things from the list. And then the last thing I want to show you, let's see. It is neat. Shoot, Sheila. Let's see, Ruthie. I use the website so often right now. It's usually the first thing I see. That's awesome. I love it, Ruthie. Well, y'all always can save shortcuts. I save anytime I find that I go to a certain part of a website regularly, I save it as a shortcut to my home screen and then I put it in a folder and it's just so easy. Joy, there are not two different apps. The app that you want to download is free. So if it tries to charge you 99 cents, that is not our app. It used to be, but you know, there's hackers and they stole it. And so what we did to combat that was we gave it for free because Apple, they're not good to work with either. So Joy, the free one. You might see two, but make sure you get the free one. Let me show you what the link, what the icon looks like. Oops. The icon looks like that top one with the little apple and the journal. That's the one you want to get, Joy. But hackers, man, y'all, you cannot imagine the things that a business owner goes through. It's just so crazy. But the app is free now, so make sure you pick up the free one. If it tries to charge 99 cents, don't get that one. Okay, I'm going to use up about 5 more minutes of our time because I do want to show you how to order from our site if you choose to. You don't have to buy anything from us. Our goal is to teach you how to eat foods from the grocery store, but we are a little grocery store. We're not somebody that requires you to buy anything from us. What we are, you know how you might go to Vitamin Shop or you might go to GNC or might go to Nature's Corner Market or, you know, wherever these little stores are. Those are just little specialty stores. That's all we are too, is a little specialty store. So you can just kind of think of us as a little specialty store. Here's what I like about it. Not everything that we like can be easily found at the grocery store. I mean, if you want health-wise chips that you can eat with a sandwich, you buy them from Shibboleth. Those aren't carried at the regular grocery store. So what we carry is specialty items. But let me just say this first. Everything that you need to live the lifestyle can come from your regular grocery store. But who doesn't like a Pop-Tart every once in a while? And you got to know which ones work and they're not at the grocery store. So let me just show you this. Yeah, Joy, I just save links from the website to my home screen on my phone and then pull them all into a little folder called Shibboleth. And then that way, when I want to go to recipes, I just click and I'm right there. If I want to go to my grocery list, I click and I'm right there. So anything that I visit often on here, like events, I got the events tab saved to my phone and everything. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the store. It's right up here at the top. And anything that you're wanting to search for, you got the little search bar right here. And then you've got some other little sections and bestsellers and other bits of info. Okay. Now I have these right here in my pantry right now. I bought these at the store the other day. So you click on view product. You also get points for shopping in our store. It had a little points amount on there. These are what I like to call a peanut butter Reese cups. This is your void replacement. So you wouldn't have Reese cups on there. And look, do you see these two little patties right here? It comes in a little package with 2 patties in it. If you're eating 1 patty, you can call that an extra. Okay, and you get 1 extra in a day if you choose to. Just because something is lawful does not make it expedient. All right. Now, if you wanted to have this as a snack, you could do 2 full packages, which would be 4 little patties, and that would be a snack. Okay, so these are really great. And when you click right here on this drop-down menu, you can see that there's several different types. And I'm going to click this, and I'm going to add it to my cart. And you do get little points for shopping in our store and participating on the website. I just got an email today. They said, you've got $3 to use in the store. I'm like, okay, cool. And look, I already have some things in my cart. I've got Ruthie, okay, let me go back to that. I'm pretty sure that's the amount that we currently had in and available. Okay, so Ruthie asked this question. What is the number next to the item? So I believe we've got 29 chocolate crispy caramels available, 8 milk chocolate pecan clusters available, and the peanut butter patties. And by the way, these 2 right here are my favorite. So I'm pretty sure that number is how many we currently have left and available for purchase. So I'm going to look for Who likes pasta? Anybody? You're welcome. Anybody like pasta? Because if you like some pasta, I would buy this pasta right here, the Fiber Gourmet Light Pasta. It's a category 2. Y'all are going to learn. We get super excited about things that are category 2, especially when it falls in a tortilla or a bread or a pasta. It's like, wait, that's a category 2. Why are we so excited about those things being category 2s? Because they break down in our body more like a green bean, and we can really enjoy those things. This pasta, my son just ate this pasta for dinner tonight. He did the mac and cheese. It's really, really good. It's category 2. So come down here and you choose this. We've gotten, I guess, I'm going to have to ask that for sure, Ruthie, but I can only imagine that's the only thing that it means. We got nine bags of elbows left, 5 linguine, 5 penne, and 6 rotini. I'm going to throw those elbows in my cart. And I'll look at the cart in just a second. So let's go back to this main page. And see these little, do you see these little store points, the little star? That's how many store points you get for buying that particular item. If you're looking for egg whites, this is the egg whites you want to buy. The reason I say that, these are the only ones that we trust for people to eat raw. And sometimes you might read in the website, oh, instead of using milk on that cereal, try Egg Whites International. Or maybe instead of using milk, just water in that protein shake, try these Egg Whites International. Well, in those cases, you'd be drinking it raw. This has been triple tested for salmonella poisoning, and this is the only one that Travis really trusts. So he doesn't say for you to go into the grocery store and buy raw egg whites out of the carton, because he just doesn't know. So, but he does trust this one. So that's what that is. And members, anybody, whether you're a member or not, can buy these specialty products from us. But if you're a member, you get 20% off. So just think about that. And I always tell people it's like having a Costco membership that you never have to buy again. You get 20% off all this stuff. So you just want to look through here and find things. There's a great pasta right there. Ooh, I love this cereal. I've got this cereal in my pantry. It is so good. I've got this in my pantry. I've got this in my pantry and this in my pantry. I got this in my pantry and this. Oh, I got all this whole row. I got this whole row in my pantry. Y'all, I ate about 20 Mighty Muffins in my first 20 days of Shibboleth. So good. And if you're looking for a cracker, this is a good cracker. Void replacement. Let's see, what else do I have in my pantry? These things. I got these things in my pantry. I've got these things in my pantry. Grab the gold. So delicious. So delicious. I got these in my pantry, the Zero Drag. I've got this in my pantry. I've got, I don't know if this is AHS or health-wise, but these are those pancakes. There's 2 different types of pancakes in there. You could get blueberry pancakes. You can get chocolate chip pancakes. I've got this in my pantry. These things are great, but let me just tell you, I only take them on vacation because I open them up and I just finish the bag. There's the Carb Quick. Okay, one last thing, and we're going to hop off. If you're looking for that recipe starter kit, if you just type in recipe starter, it'll pull up the recipe starter kit. And what you get in the recipe starter kit are these 3 things: the Zero Drag MCT oil, Carb Quick, and ghee butter. And the reason I like for people to go ahead and get those is because these are those things that are like staples. You have them in the grocery. You have them in your pantry so that when you're looking at that recipe library and you say, oh, if I only had this, I could make it. If you go ahead and get that, you'll have it and can make it. It'll be much more fun. So grab that. Let's see. Mary Kirby, are the Mighty Muffins a meal replacement? Yes, they are a meal replacement. And they're very, very good. Okay, we're going to hop off. If y'all want to go over and watch Jason Whitener, one of our wonderful teachers and challenge leaders, if you ever want to do a challenge with him, those are kind of fun. He is teaching right now the How I Overcame Food Addiction and Lost Weight webinar. And if you go right here to the online webinars tab, you can get registered for that. And it's happening now. So if you click there, when you click on register here, and it'll take you right into the webinar. It should. And otherwise, he's going to be on the Travis Martin's Weight Loss Ministry page on Facebook. And y'all can like that too. Y'all join me in the morning for the Shibby Show by Sheila. Join me in the morning for the Shibby Show and tomorrow night for lap 5 of Fast Track. Thank you, Sandy. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for everybody that's joined me. We appreciate it very, very much and love you all. Good night.